Hi, Libra Anarchy. Responding to Vinder Satanis, the left hand path in politics. You know I'm going to get in on this. Well, um, the main problem with having a unified left hand path in politics is that none of us are going to have, well, not none of us, but few of us are going to have the same political views. I know one anarchist who said that if he wasn't interested in the occult, he would be a Luciferian. I know another one who is a Satanist. Um, Excuse me, I have the sniffles. Ugh. I happen to have a little cold. I myself identify as an agnostic Satanist, and okay, now let's take Jack Winters. He is a theistic Satanist, but he is a card-carrying Democrat. And there are certainly Satanists all over the political spectrum. And while I will admit that I will concede that you're probably not going to get a lot of left-hand path fascists or communists. Well, you are going to get some. You may be familiar with Boyd Rice. I believe he is a social Darwinist and he calls himself a spiritual fascist, so I don't know exactly where that puts his politics, but also keep in mind, Boyd Rice likes to fuck with people, so who knows? Who knows? And then and even among anarchists, you have anarchists that vote, and you have anarchists that don't, and you have anarchists that are going to vote Cthulhu Dagon 2012. Yeah. Well, then you have anarchists like me who, if there's a libertarian running, I'll vote libertarian, but I know good and well that voting is picking a new master, and the only thing I'm really doing is just throwing in a billionth of a percentage point or so for the Libertarian Party, capital L. Although, yeah, voting is picking new masters, and although I don't think that I've gotten off topic, although I don't think that voting looks like an endorsement of the system that we have now. And now I have something in my eye. Fan-fucking-tastic. My point is, I don't think there's any way to... Yay, I'm another fucking naysayer. I don't think there's any way to unify left-hand path people behind one political party. And frankly, I like it the way it is now, because what happens is, if people are going to engage in politics, we're going to fucking argue about it, and the best ideas hopefully are going to stand, and the ones that don't aren't. You're not going to get left-hand path people who are for artificially propping up ideas to make people feel good or something. So, interesting topic. I do think that most left-hand path people would be for legalization of drugs, or at least marijuana, legalization of prostitution. They would be against gun prohibition, mostly. So, it would be interesting to see how something like this shapes up, but truthfully, what I'd rather see is people just of different opinions arguing it out, and the most viable opinions win. And that's kind of the way the left-hand path does things. I mean, it's survival of the fittest. In this case, it would be the marketplace of ideas, and which ideas are the fittest. As for this whole satanic altar, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I've seen the video. Okay, I would love having a midnight picnic on a satanic altar. That would be really cool, because it'd probably just be, naked, indulging in something, probably before sex or something like that. That would be awesome. But If the altar was a naked lady, that would kind of be difficult. I mean, but hey, if she's game. Well, my point is that she's probably lying. And it's not like there's somebody approaching the idea of occult practice within politics. No. Not that we haven't seen occult practice within politics. I would contend that the very state itself is a mystical entity. But, and I would point at the politicians and I'd say, well, they're like the clergy, you know, the priests and priestesses, the clerics, if you will, of this entity called the state, or maybe a term like Lyndon B. Johnson's Great Society or something. And then you have, I mean, and you have all kinds of rituals and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know, what would a left-hand state look like? I mean, I would prefer not to even have a state. I mean, I'm okay with minarchy, but, if you want to see a good video, research Statist Tea Party. Statist Tea Party. Yeah, that should be interesting. Though you might get a bunch of Tea Party videos, but a lot of the YouTube anarchists collaborated on making a video making fun of what have come to be known as Stateists, where they've given up the mysticism of God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, but they still have the mysticism of the state. Yay, patriotism. Yeah. So I don't even know. I don't even know if you could really have a truly left-hand state. I don't know. But yeah, that lady who was talking about witchcraft and having a picnic on a satanic altar or something at midnight, I think she's just lying, frankly. Yeah. It would be interesting to see, though, actual left-hand candidates in politics. I'm rambling, so. Okay, if you haven't done this before, you, in the way of politics, anarchy, economics, you might, I would suggest researching Murray N. Rothbard, Frederick Hayek, he was an economist, research Austrian economics, and Ludwig von Mises, has the Mises Institute. I believe he was a minarchist, though. Friedrich Nietzsche, I still don't quite understand his views of the state. I don't know if he was an anarchist or believed that the state wasn't somehow inevitable or what. So anyway, Friedrich Nietzsche, Noam Chomsky is on the left, Bakunin, I forget his first name, but that, again, I think he's more on the left, but, I like Rothbard, I like Nietzsche, I like Ludwig von Mises, Friedrich Hayek, yeah. So if you're interested in my own personal politics, Google some of them, or YouTube some of them. There's one channel called, never mind, I forget it, but the Mises Institute has a channel. Let's see. Well, there's a lot of anarchist channels. I mean, go to my friends and subscribers, and you'll see, and you'll see a bunch of them. And I'm friends with a lot of the left and right, and primitivists, and all sorts of anarchists, like every kind. As long as it's voluntary association, I'm cool with it. If you want to have a fucking commune, have it. Just don't force me into it, and we're good. So, okay, so yeah, I mean, just dig around my friends and subscribers, and you'll find, tons of anarchists of every stripe. You'll find some minarchists. So, okay, interesting topic. Hope to see other videos about it, and I'll see you around.